Hi, good morning everyone. This is Mahmoud Hassan. Today I will be discussing the impact of US tariffs and port fees on Maersk owned or operated vessels docking at US port. One of the world's largest shipping companies will look at the key risks these policies create and the strategies Maersk can adopt to remain resilient. Let's have a look on company's background. Maersk is a Danish logistics leader operating in over 130 countries with a fleet capacity of over 4 million TEUs. It holds around 14% of the global market. Its Gemini alliance with Hapag-Lloyd highlights its global risk. Also, its exposure to international policy changes. The US has introduced two major trade measures. The one is tariff averaging 21% on Chinese imports, and the other one is new port fees on Chinese built vessels. For Maersk Line, which is heavily reliant on trans-Pacific trade, these policies are disruptive for them. My my aim is to analyze the challenges and provide 8 concrete recommendations. Let's focus on the challenges. Marx broadly faces 5 categories of risks. These include declining US-China trade volumes, disruptions to vessel allocations, rising operational costs, vulnerability to geographical politics, and shifts in global supply chain. Let's look at this in more detail. Talking about the challenges, risks associated are declining of trade volumes, which are highly volatile. Importers rush to bring in goods before tariffs, then sharply reduce shipments afterwards, creating a whiplash effect. The following risks: US port fees uprise mean Maersk must avoid Chinese built vessels, forcing complex fleet reshuffling across the regions. The next risk we can define: absorbing port fees and ordering from non-Chinese shipyard squeezes margin and raises long-term cost. Risk number 4 can be there is strategic exposure as US-China rivalry intensifies. Non-market factors are increasingly shaping shipping, undermining the predictability on which global logistics depend. To respond to those risks, I have 8 recommendations, which are: Maersk should redeploy its fleet, keeping Chinese-built vessels away from US service, and focus new orders from Korea and Japan, which may cause quality as well as expand new horizon. Secondly, it should optimize networks by expanding in Vietnam, India, and Mexico to US routes. The third would be Mars can protect relationships and reinforce trust by absorbing fees instead of surcharging customer. Transparent pricing would build loyalty as well. My fourth recommendation is to leverage exemptions, such as deploying smaller feeder ships that avoid some fees. The fifth one is predictive analytics that should guide scheduling, allowing flexible deployment to match demand cycles. The sixth one is Mars should strengthen its integrator model by bundling inland logistics and targeting new corridors like intra-Asia and Latin America Africa routes. My seventh recommendation is Marx should engage in policy dialogue. Lobbying has already reduced some proposed fees, and continued engagement can shape fairer rules. And finally, investing in sustainability and resilience would be the key factors. Methanol-powered vessels, green fuels, and AI-driven scheduling will reduce risk while reinforcing Maersk's role as an industry leader. In my conclusion, I would like to say US tariffs and port fees represent both a challenge and an opportunity for Maersk. They create volatility and cost pressures, but they also push Maersk to adapt. By redeploying assets, diversifying markets, and investing innovations, Maersk can turn disruption into long-term competitive advantages. These are the references by which I have made my report and my presentation. That's all from my side. Thank you all.